Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energy for each life path number for November 2021. And what we'll do is we'll start off by looking at the energy and the numerology for the collective, and then we'll take a look, deeper dive into the energy for each individual life path number. So before we get into the reading, I just want to mention that this is, of course, a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading, please go to my website. I would love to work with you. And what else? I guess that's it. Let's get into it. So we are stepping fully into November. I can't believe that we're here already. Like, what a whirlwind this year has been. I mean, we kind of expected that with 5 energy. This 5 energy of 22 has definitely delivered on the energy of change, transformation, and, shifts for many people. And I've said this before, things are not going to slow down just yet. So we're still in this 5 energy universally for the year, and we're going to be in it through December to the end of December. And so we really need to, if there's any area within our lives that we haven't really taken advantage of and really harness this energy to explore the areas that are outside of our comfort zone to see, are there things that we need to release so that we can fully step into something bigger and better and more aligned for us? Because the one thing that usually holds us back is ourselves. And so this energy has been here for the taking, ready to be worked with. But if we don't do anything with it, then nothing happens, right? We are the driving force behind the energy. We are the momentum. And so I would say if there's any part or any piece of your life where you're in a comfort zone, that you've got some level of fear of sort of stepping out into something bigger and better and more aligned, even though it's unknown, even though it's scary, I would say really take advantage of this 5 energy while we have it through the end of the year. So with that being said, November is 16-7 energy. So ultimately it's going to be that energy of the 7. But we have a really strong influence of the 16. And so that's really what I'm going to sort of be speaking to when I talk about the collective energies this month and what we can kind of see come to fruition. The 7 energy is sort of lurking behind the scenes, right? It's like the core energy. And so we are going to feel that energy. But the 16 influence is going to help push us into that 7 energy, if that makes sense. So there's a lot to go over, so let's dive in. So November ushers in this universal vibration of the 16-7 energy, as I just said. So there's going to be this sort of beautiful, supportive energy for expressing yourself through writing, through speaking. You may find that you tend to be extra magnetic at this time, like people are just sort of drawn to you, or you're drawn to other people, but it's like an exchange of energy. Like there's just this magnetism. And it's sort of like this energy of drawing people to you because they're serving some kind of purpose within your journey. Like there's a reason why these people are coming to you at this time, or there's a reason why people are being drawn to you at this time. They have something to offer, something to contribute to your journey, and vice versa. And so pay attention to those people who are coming to you at this time. Pay attention to the things that are coming to you at this time. Don't ignore it or necessarily see it as a burden. Try to understand why these people are coming into your life. It could be that it's a lesson. It could be that there's something there to show you. But I really get that feeling like this is going to be something where it's kind of, it's really positive energy. Like it doesn't feel like a struggle energy. It feels like people coming to you because you can use their gifts. Like their gifts will complement your gifts, and what you guys can do together will just create something really beautiful within the world. So that's the kind of energy that I'm talking about when I'm talking about this magnetism. And it could be about relationships as well. You could really be attracting in those soul partners, those people who are just part of your circle at this time, and people who are probably going to be within your life for some period of time. These people are going to be especially drawn to your energy, your ideas, and to you, to your light, to what you are putting out there. So again, pay extra attention to how you are expressing yourself. Is it through negativity, shame, manipulation, fear? If so, then you are sort of being extra magnetic in that area, right? So what you'll attract more of is that negativity, is that shame, is that manipulation, right? And so again, this is going to be an energy and a vibrational match of people you will sort of invite into your experience. So this is going to be really important to understand that where you focus your energy at this time, especially, will create the experience that you have, right? That you are sort of nurturing and inviting in. So be certain that it's an experience that you want to be having, right? I say that a lot, but we have more power and control over our experience than we give ourselves credit for. And so again, if you are expressing yourself in a way that is full of negativity, full of shame, full of manipulation, full of fear, full of judgment of self or others, that is going to be what you are putting out to the universe to magnetize back to you, right? To bring back within to your experience. And so you're telling the universe, this is what I want more of because this is what I'm contributing my energy and my focus towards. So pay close attention to how it is that you're expressing yourself, how it is that you're showing up, how it is that you're trying to get your message across. Because remember, people are going to be drawn not only to you, but to your energy and your ideas and your expression. So just pay close attention to that. And it isn't about being positive all of the time, right? This isn't about toxic positivity. This is life, and we have big emotions, right? We're meant to feel and experience, and no one can do that for us, right? We're meant to experience the emotions. We're meant to experience the feelings. So what I mean by focusing on how you are expressing yourself has more to do with your contribution. So you may be feeling the negativity or the trials and tribulations of life, right? That's totally normal. But is that what you wish to contribute into the collective energy with your expression? So when the negative thoughts or the negative feelings come in strongly, this is going to be a time for, and this is very 7 energy, for going within, feeling and working through what surfaces, and then seeking the guidance and resources of others to assist you through it, right? And to sort of hit pause on sending that energy out into the world, right? And sort of not magnifying that negativity or those lower vibrations. It is totally normal and okay to feel them. Again, we are expressive, we are emotional beings. We're meant to feel it all. And when we're not feeling something, it's because we're suppressing it, and that just creates issues, right? And so if anybody's telling you to suppress those energies, then, they're really telling you to hurt yourself, right? You want to feel them. You want to move through them. You want to transmute them. What we're talking about here is hitting pause on sending that energy out into the world, in expressing it in a way that it's contributing to the greater collective and having some kind of effect on your environment, if that makes sense. So that's a fire that just doesn't need to be fueled, right? So when you're back to, your personal state of peace, harmony, joy, positivity, and you feel ready to share, then share that light, fuel that fire for the collective, right? Contribute that. Then those are the people, places, and things that you will draw into your experience. Those are the people, places, and things that will be sort of magnified and who will sort of catch your attention and who you will draw in. So again, you really want to pay attention to your thoughts at this time and, which thoughts you take action on. This is really important as well. Emotions, feelings, again, they're meant to be felt and experienced and moved through. However, thoughts can be changed. And we get to decide which thoughts we put our energy and our action behind to create the momentum. So with this powerful 16/7 energy, pay extra close attention to your thoughts, to your mindset. What are you giving your power to? Those thoughts are the seeds that, when they're planted, create the outward manifestation of our experience. So change the thoughts, change the mindset, change the experience. If it's a negative one, right? Again, I want to be very clear on this because I think that in the spiritual community, there's this misconception or misinterpretation of positivity where it's like, oh, we have to be positive all the time and toxic positivity and we can't talk about being positive. It's not about that. It's about, again, feeling all of the emotions, positive, negative, sad. And there's really no positive or negative, right? It's just emotions. It's your body, again, speaking through you and telling you, like giving you the red flags or giving you the notification that, hey, maybe you need some rest and relaxation at this time. Maybe you need to cry. Maybe you need to, put your face in a pillow and just let it out and scream or whatever. Or maybe you need to go into nature and just relax. But we need to feel the emotions, right? Nobody is saying to avoid or change the emotion without experiencing it and moving through it. Experiencing and feeling the emotion is incredibly healthy. What we are saying, or what I'm saying, is change the thought. And so again, if a negative thought comes into your awareness, you get to decide whether or not you take action on that thought, right? Or whether you're going to feed into that thought and give it power. The thought is of the mind, right? So again, that's something that we have the power to change. And it's through changing that thought, that mindset, that belief, whatever, that you do in turn change the experience, because you in turn change how you show up to the experience, the effort and the energy that you put into it. Okay? So I hope that's clear. Nobody's telling you to suppress or avoid your emotions. Please feel them, and if you need assistance to help you move through them, please use those resources, right? Find somebody who can help you to do that. And there's no shame in that. And same thing with changing the thought. If you struggle with changing those thoughts as they come in and you tend to sort of act on those more negative thoughts because sometimes they're easier to believe, there's coaches, there's readers, there's therapists, there's doctors, whatever you need to assist you in learning how to change that thought when it comes in and deciding on taking more appropriate actions to create the environment and the experience that is more conducive for your higher expression. So the 16/7 energy is really going to be highlighting for you where it might be that you are contributing or taking action on those thoughts that aren't serving you, right? So this is going to be a time when sudden and unforeseen events can sort of overthrow or shed direct light on those debilitating mindsets and habits, right, that need to be altered in order to be better serving. So this is going to be another period for, and I know people are so tired of hearing this because it seems like we've been in this shift for, since 2020, but it's important. It's very important, or it wouldn't be happening. So this is going to be another period for that massive awakening and sort of insights that push you to change course if the direction that you were moving towards was a dead end. So in tarot, this energy would be similar to sort of Tower energy or the Judgment card, or I would say even the Tower and Judgment card. So this is going to be a time for awakening, for big insights, for secrets being revealed, both good and bad, or not so great, right? And there is no good or bad. It's kind of like everything contributes towards our journey and helping us to get to our highest expression. So, but some are more uncomfortable than others. Let's put it that way. So both bring clarity, right? The more positive and the more challenging, both bring some level of clarity. And that's what we are being provided at this time through this month. So any dead weights that need to be released or any dead skin that needs to be shed, allow it to happen, right? Allow it to fall away, because you are emerging at this time as a more authentic version of yourself. And it's really hard to do that if you're carrying dead weight, if you're carrying, that old skin that really just doesn't even need to be there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be a really powerful time for a lot of people. The more that you have to sort of shed, the more that you have to release, the more that you're really going to feel this energy this month. And again, work with it. Allow it to work with you, to show you, to highlight, and to show you, again, what needs to be released and how to release it. So the 16-17 or 16-7 energy may feel super intense, right? Just going to be honest about that, but that's okay. Remember, the energy is present, but it's what you do with it that ultimately makes the difference. This is powerful, motivating energy. Harness it, use it, allow it to motivate and inspire you. And this can be a time for magnificent creations. It doesn't have to be all like, healing work or major transformations or major shifts. It can be about getting those powerful, motivating inspirations and taking charge and creating those magnificent creations. So I would say plan wisely, use your intuition, and allow this energy to illuminate or spark your creative talents that you want to work with and to propel you towards those bigger goals. This is definitely a time for that. This is a time for when bright prospects may arise suddenly, including big relationships that could have significance within your life for, again, decades to come. One of the keys in sort of working with this energy is that you don't try to control it. Don't try to attach to whatever comes in. It can be challenging because it can feel like such big energy and such magnetic energy, right? And so intense that it can be really easy to sort of lose yourself within it. But it's going to be really, really important that you maintain your sense of self-control and work with the energy, walk with it, right? Don't lose yourself within it. This isn't about ownership, but rather fluidity and true partnership where integrity, authenticity, and freedom are maintained for all involved. So harness this energy to allow yourself to work with it, but don't try to control it, or the outcome sort of could be a little bit challenging. So keep it simple, even when it feels complicated. Sometimes we're the ones, that make it complicated. So this 16-7 energy is a big, big energy. And it's really here to help you and to work with you. So control, force, stress will only create a similar output and a similar experience. So as always, continue to find your center as you work with this powerful energy this month. This can be a very beautiful experience if we allow it to be, right? So refine the thoughts before you take the action in order to create your greatest reality, right? You have the power to do that. So it all comes down to, what are you taking action on? What are you putting your divine will and power behind? And is it what you actually want and what you believe will best serve you? If not, then stop, regroup, and do it differently. The power of the redirection and to create lies within you, not someone else, not something external to you. So big, powerful energies this month of November. Let's go ahead and look at the energies for your personal life path number. Life path number 5. So pull an animal spirit card for you all, and you got reindeer spirit. And so this is interesting. So what immediately came to mind is, which, out of respect for the reindeer, I mean no disrespect, let's put it that way. But what really comes into mind is like the holiday season in December. And it's not, around religion, right? It's non-denominational or any, it has nothing to do with religion. I'm really more keying into the spirit of the holiday season. And what I mean by that is it's kind of like when we enter, into the end of November, into December, and it's just like this sort of collective feeling of, regardless of what holiday you celebrate, there's just this sort of collective feeling of joy, of compassion, of kindness, of giving. It's like there's just a lot of spirit behind the holiday season, like goodwill to all type thing. And so I am really getting this energy around sort of embodying that feeling this month, and really, releasing any of the judgments that you may have placed on yourself, on others, that really, instead of liberating you, they're restricting you, okay? Or they're restricting others, right? And so there's just this energy of like not judging yourself, or if you find yourself judging yourself, to change the thought. Same thing with if you're judging another person, ask yourself, why am I judging this person, right? Because usually when we project onto another, there's something within us that needs to be looked at, that needs to be sort of worked through, transmuted, released, whatever. And so I'm just really getting this sense of like, try to embody that spirit of like goodwill to all, of compassion. And again, not only to others, but to yourself. So if there's some area within your life where you have just been really, really hard on yourself, where you are overly critical, overly judgmental, overly shaming yourself, whatever the case may be, this is the time to release that, to start working on releasing that, because it is holding you back. And shame is quite literally, I think, the lowest vibration that we can be in. And so, and really a lot of that shame is like, other people may try to shame us, but if it's only when we accept that shame that we integrate it within our being. And so if there's some kind of shame that you have been integrating, that you're saying is coming from somebody else, you need to ask yourself, why are you letting that in? Why do you believe it? Why are you embodying it? And so it's really this is going to be a month, I think, Fives, where you need to look at that. Where is it that you have shame and judgment around yourself? Where is it that you're allowing that shame and judgment to sort of, again, penetrate and integrate into your own being? And where are you contributing that shame and judgment to not only yourself, but to others as well, right? It's up to them whether they integrate it into their being. But if you're projecting it onto another, then the question is why? What's at the core of that? What is the reasoning behind it? So I think this is going to be a month for reflection for you all when it comes to this, and finding ways to release that judgment, to release that lower vibration that just is not serving you, doesn't need to be there, and it's holding you back. And so it's kind of like we have these two sort of, not polarizing energies, but like, animal spirit is coming in to say, when judgment creeps in this month, when shame creeps in, when those lower vibrations creep in this month, pause and ask yourself why. Like, why are you allowing it to come in? Why are you allowing it to take up space within your being? Because it doesn't belong there, right? And so when we figure out why we think it belongs there, then we can start working to alleviate it. And so I think that you're going to have that energy coming in pretty strongly for you, to highlight for you the mindset or the belief systems or whatever it is that's allowing this lower vibrational energy to surface and come in. But then we also have, if we look at the month of November, we have this, you all have some beautiful positive energy this month. Just really, really, very positive, powerful energy, like really stepping into your own. There's a lot around like self-sufficiency, of financial reward, of reaping a harvest, all these things. But I say because we still have that energy of reindeer spirit, and it's not like the reindeer energy is bringing that to you. It's just saying, keep it in check, keep it in mind, keep in mind where it is that you're allowing the judgments, the shame, the lower vibrations to stand in the way of this beautiful energy that wants to come in for you all this month. Because yeah, if we look at November, there I'm seeing like new starts, new opportunities for a new beginning with some level of naivety, I would say as well. So just be careful with this. If there's something that you're taking a leap of faith on, I would also say, I wouldn't discourage you from taking the leap of faith. I definitely think you're ready to do that with whatever this is, because the energy's there. But I would also say, do your sort of, incorporate your knowledge and your wisdom and your logic into the decision making as well, so that you're not like blindly stepping off this cliff. Sometimes we do need to do that, but I don't think that this is the time. I think that you just need to make sure that you've done your research and you're using your wisdom from your past experiences to not just blindly go wherever you're led, or where someone is trying to sort of not manipulate, but encourage you to go, that maybe might not be the best direction for you. And so, yeah, but I'm definitely seeing like new beginnings. And again, it's like the zero energy. Like you can create from this new beginning whatever it is that you want to see. And remember when in the intro I talked about choosing how you contribute and like how you express yourself, and making sure that expression is in a higher vibrational form, right? Like you can still feel the lower vibration of the emotions and that sort of thing, and move through them and transmute them. But where it is that you show up and you contribute, just make sure that you're doing that from a space that will bring into you the vibrational force that you want to actually be brought into you. You see what I'm saying? And so definitely seeing new beginnings this month for you all. Understand that it's like the slate has been cleaned, and you have the canvas, and you get to paint and create whatever it is that you want in this moment. And I feel like this is going to bring you tremendous amount of feeling of like freedom, like free spiritedness, just your cup runneth over, like joy, sense of community. This can be an opportunity to collaborate and work with others and just really enjoy your space. And again, who you're inviting into that space. Also seeing you sort of really stepping into your own this month, like not only financially, like I see a lot of financial independence coming in this month. So this could be like earned income or gifts, or this sort of feels like something you've really contributed towards. So again, this could be like investments, but it also sort of feels like earned income. So sort of seeing some kind of like bump in that. So where it's allowing you to really step into creating what it is that you want to create, or get the funding to do whatever it is that you want to do. But doing that from a space of wisdom as well, like you really stepping into your own. It's almost like in tarot, it would be like emperor energy, where you are sitting on your throne and you are leading from a space of wisdom, where it's like you are pulling the lessons from the past and pulling the wisdom from the past, and utilizing that wisdom to set the course for the next direction, right? Like the next part of your journey. So again, really seeing new starts, new opportunities to create what it is that you want to create. I see a lot of financial abundance coming in this month, a lot of time for celebration, and a lot of reason for celebration as well. And then also like, not sort of cutting yourself down, thinking you're not worthy of this or you're not capable. Like I feel like imposter syndrome could come in kind of heavily for you this month. Like you don't deserve it, but you do deserve it. You've earned it. You've worked towards it. You've invested in this. You've invested your time, your energy, your resources, all of that stuff into whatever this is. It's not like you've just been sitting back and this is going to fall in your lap. You've been doing the work. You have been creating and doing the process. So don't let those judgments sort of destabilize you or cut you down. You see what I'm saying? It's like stand in your power, sit within your wisdom, and use the experiences from the past to remind you of what you're capable of, right? Like, because we're never fully ready for anything. Like life is always changing, and life is, bigger than we are. It's so often, right? And so we're never really fully prepared for whatever's going to come up next. But we are definitely prepared enough to stand up and stand into it, right? Like move into it and figure it out as we go. And so don't doubt yourself. Don't second guess yourself here. You've got this. And this is, if you can harness the energy this month, just a lot of forward movement, just standing in your own authenticity and integrity, and just really, again, I just see like a lot of self-sufficiency here and like celebration and new starts. So, but just be mindful of the mindsets and the judgment and the shame, and again, sort of like cutting your own wings. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Like wherever it is that you are at on your journey, it's because you sort of, you were a co-creator of that. And so it didn't just happen to you. You got there because of the effort that you put forth to get there. So give yourself some credit here. But yeah, beautiful energy for you all for November. Like this is some just powerful stuff. So I hope it's a great month to you. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that it brings you a lot of fulfillment. It looks like it has the potential to. And yeah, just be careful of those mindsets, and you got this. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Bye for now.